In the construction and research stage, I used Posterous to blog all my ideas for the documentary. However, I also used Posterous for the planning and evaluation stage, as I could document all my ideas online and go back to look at them when I needed to. Posterous was useful as I could use it to update what I had done for research and what I needed to do to begin planning on my evaluation. Posterous was a nuisance at times, as in college it was extremely difficult to even log onto the blog and there were problems with posting work and viewing blog pages. Even if I could upload a post in college, it would take so long to upload, and when it finally did, I could not view it. For construction and research, I used YouTube to analyse different types of documentaries and take note of the types of shots and angles used within them, such as cutaways, dissolves, etc. I did this to get ideas on what shots I would use to make my documentary look realistic and professional. This also showed me the different genres of documentary and helped me think about which genre would stand out and attract audiences. CamStudio was a good program to use to take small clips out of the YouTube videos and make my own video analysing them. CamStudio was easy to use and didn't take long to record. To make videos using these small clips, I used Windows Movie Maker. This was useful because it was fairly simple to use and made effective videos where you could add music and text to them. However, there weren't many options to choose from when editing, and the output was average and not very exciting. I used Paint frequently in researching, construction and also planning. Paint was good to use to do screenshots and crop and paste them. I used Paint to do my storyboarding instead of using pencil and paper because I wanted it to look more colourful and different. Bubbleless was a very useful website in the planning stage, as I used it to make a colourful spider diagram displaying my various ideas for what I could base my documentary on. This helped me to make my ideas look organised and display them in a presentable format. The site was not difficult to use and you could choose the colours and font yourself. It told you how to make the diagram in simple, easy steps. To gain audience feedback about the first ideas of my documentary, I used Prezi.com to construct a presentation of clips and text, which I would narrate along with. Prezi.com was a little hard to use as I had never seen it before, but it became simple over time. It had specific layouts that you could use that looked smart and that were effective. It also had a unique way of switching from clip to clip that made it stand out from Windows, PowerPoint and Movie Maker. I enjoyed using this to create a presentation. In making videos, I combined this with CamStudio to record the presentation. This made the video look effective. After I had gained audience feedback, I used Online Chart Tool to show my qualitative and quantitative feedback. I didn't like using this to document my feedback, as it didn't give you instructions on how to use it to set up graphs. There was also lots of data that wasn't necessary and was rather confusing. It was only after several attempts that I was satisfied with the pie charts that would show my data. A mistake I made in beginning the planning for my documentary was that I did not do enough to help plan out my documentary accurately. This resulted in poor filming for my first attempt at making a documentary. I should have wrote down every single shot that I needed in precise detail for the script. I also had problems with the actors not turning up for the first time I filmed. I could overcome this by being more accurate and clear-cut with my planning beforehand, and this would have probably solved this. On the other hand, I have learnt more in my mistakes and I made a second and successful attempt at filming my documentary. This time I planned thoroughly before I went out filming. I was also more organised with writing out the script. By learning from my mistakes, I have been far more auspicious in my work. In the evaluation stage, I used Windows Movie Maker to make my videos. Windows Movie Maker was easy to use, but it didn't give out the exact effects that I wanted it to. once again like it did in the construction and research. However, this time I added video clips to the video to broaden it, instead of just having music over picture clips. This would widen my range of media usage in my evaluation and make the videos more exciting, instead of just using the simple effects of Windows Movie Maker itself. For the pictures used in the evaluation videos, I used a digital SLR camera. I found it easy to use as I had used one in my AS coursework before and knew how to use it. The SLR made all my pictures look professional. I used a Samsung Mini DV video camera to film the audience's reactions to my documentary and ancillary products for my evaluation. The Mini DV camera was easy to use and was extremely lightweight, so it wasn't difficult to move around. The camera was also simple to control, tape and fit onto a tripod. However, the battery did tend to run out quite quickly. I also found this was a problem, especially when filming in production. The battery would sometimes run out even when it had been on charge overnight, which I found a nuisance as it tended to jeopardise filming and ruin planning. Another problem was that you could not play back footage on the camera, only for a few seconds, which wasn't very useful at wanting to see previous footage. Playing back the footage on the camera would have been very useful, as it would have helped me to see what shots were not exactly accurate and needed to be refilmed. With this, it would have been slightly easier to shoot footage and check if it was okay. With using video clips in the evaluation video, I used Premiere to edit my video footage. The simple editing was easy to do, but upon wanting to add different effects, I found it very complicated. But it was good for editing the sound from the video camera to make it sound better. The non-linear editing software allowed me to split the video and audio footage up at different times. This helped me place the audio footage from one clip onto another clip. The Razor tool was a tool that I used constantly to split up the footage. This was vital and extremely useful for cutting up the shot or shots that I wanted for my evaluation video. I used the HandyMic recorder to narrate for my evaluation videos. The recorder was extremely easy to use and was good because it made the narration sound clear. It was also able to save vast amounts of recordings, which was useful if I had to redo the narration if I went wrong. The recordings could easily be transferred from the HandyMic to the computer and was not complicated at all. Adobe Audition was good to use as I could quickly edit the sound for my evaluation video. I didn't use it often, but it was good to edit small audio clips that I didn't have a chance to re-record. Controls could be used to make clearer edits, and pressing the spacebar played the audio clip. You could click and drag the wave format to delete it, so it was simple to use.